There was a question about why so many MPCs. When people have multiple MPCs, there's a lot of different reasons. Some of us are collectors. They're collectors. That's what they do. They have a bunch of them. I actually am not exactly a collector, although I am on the search for a 2000 XL, but that's mainly because that's the machine I started with. That's my collector's piece. And to some degree, my 1000 is somewhat of a collector's item as well. But for the most part, that's the point. Having machines that are able to use in multiple places, I'm not gonna take the 5000 and walk around with it. Like, I'm not gonna do that. And I do make production professionally. There's a lot of times that I'm using the 5000 or even the One Plus here in the studio with Logic or with the software on my laptop or in any other different scenario. But if I wanted to go and make music somewhere else, 9 times out of 10, I'm just gonna take the 1000 and roll with it. Or I'm gonna take the One Plus and roll with it. Like, as of right now, the One Plus upstairs in my other room because, I'm a dad. And when the kids go to sleep, I don't always wanna come all the way down here and do some work. I'll just work up there. I'll start it up there and I'll finish up down here. There's reasons why people do things this way and have multiple machines. The other thing too is, although the newer machines are amazing, there's something about the feel of these older machines. If you've never had an older machine, you may not necessarily understand. And I think it's worth it to at least have one. There's no reason why you can't have one machine that's from the older class. And I always recommend, if anybody asks which ones to get, I would say pick up a 1000. They're easy to pick up. They basically work exactly like how the 2000 XL works, but with extra features, and they're reasonably priced to get. The other option is the 2500. That's another great machine to get. Plus, both of them run with JJOS. As for the 500 is not mine. The 500 is actually a loaner from another YouTuber who actually let me borrow it to try it out. And I've made a couple of videos with it. I'm gonna make a few more videos before I send it back to its home. And I've had a great time experiencing the 500. But I'll admit, if you have a small MPC like the 1000, you don't really need the 500. Again, that becomes a collector's item scenario, and there's nothing wrong with that. So yes, you can have one MPC and be happy with the one MPC, but at the same time, it really depends on what you're doing. I like being able to go to the park and work on music production. I like being able to hang out around my house and do music production. That's my reasons for why I have multiple machines. Why do you have multiple machines? Why don't you have multiple machines? I would love to hear those responses.